Hi there, fans. I want to share with you the worst 2 months of my life. Month and a half, 2 months, somewhere in that window. That's not important. But it has to deal with a very selfish, very inconsiderable, very irritable little bitch that some know by the name of Agnes Kellogg. I invited her into my house unwillingly because supposedly she was going through a really rough time in her life. And my fiance's daughter asked me the day she was getting on the bus if she can stay here. Now, she knew about this beforehand. She had the courtesy to ask her mother, who wasn't at the home right now at the time, but she didn't have the courtesy to ask me, who I was living in the home at the time. But anyways, this Agnes bitch, she was manipulative. Well, not was, is manipulative, using, abusing every ounce of humanity. What do I mean by that? Simply the fact, with selfishness, she feels that the world owes her a serious amount of gratitude that she can get her hands on and dig out of your soul. She would take advantage of you. She would sit on her lazy, fat ass and do absolutely nothing, putting a lot of tension between everybody in the house, while myself and my fiance's daughter, Carly, were cleaning house, and she would just sit on her ass watching Netflix. And bitch, the housework actually had to get done. She would sit on her ass while everybody else was at work and complain that the house was dirty. She would sit on her ass and eat you out of house and home of all your food, not put any money into the house for food unless it was something that had to be bought for the meal. Granted, she cooked meals. She was good for that. But that was the only thing she was good for. She would try to separate everybody in the household. How would she try to separate it? She would start arguments. She would try to make you take sides. One of the very first things that she said that pissed me off to the hilt. This was probably within the first week of her being here. My fiance's daughter unfortunately had a miscarriage. And after this Agnes found out about it, instead of being sorrowful, instead of being empathetic, instead of being a friend, she looked at Carly and said, "Oh, well, now that you're not pregnant, now you can get drunk and get high." I mean, what the fuck is that? First of all, Carly came up here first, she came up here to be with her mother because she hasn't seen her mother in over 6 years. Her second reason to come up here is to get away from the partying life, always drinking and always getting high. Thirdly, she wanted to start a new life with her new boyfriend, away from all the partying and with her mother. And then this Agnes who comes up here, who wants nothing but to party, is such a great friend that says, "Oh, good, you're not pregnant anymore. Let's get high all the time. Let's get drunk all the time." So now you have somebody that uses you, somebody who takes advantage of your gratitude, and somebody who is glad that their friend is no longer pregnant so they can get drunk and get high all the time. Now, what the hell kind of a friend is that? If I had a friend like that, I would kick their ass to the curb so fucking hard that their ass would have blisters by the time they're grandparents. Now, I tried for over a month to get along with her. I made an attempt to be her friend, but the straw that broke this camel's back was 3 days before they left. maybe 2 days, while I was at work, and everybody else had already quit their job because they couldn't handle the cold weather. Because Agnes was too busy playing the pity card because my fiance didn't want her here. Why? I don't know. I don't care. That's her feelings. But nevertheless, she was all pissed off because now my fiance didn't want her here. And she's all pissed off because of other personal reasons dealing with my fiance. Instead of being an adult and saying, I know when I'm not wanted anymore, she goes and tells Carly and Carly's fiance, Danny, that they're all leaving. That they're not wanted here. And all this other kind of bullshit. Then they go and Agnes stands on my wheeled office chair. Now, her story was that she was trying to look at a couple collector cars that I have that are about 8 feet off the ground, and she stands about 5 feet tall. Now, I have a son, a 5-year-old son, who can easily see those cars. Now, granted, yeah, you're not going to be able to look at them face to face, but you can see them. They're not god awful far away. You can see them from the ground. You can admire them from the ground. You can see what they are. But she said she was standing on this chair so she can look at my cars. There's no reason why she has to look at it face to face, take it off the shelf, or whatever her thought process was. But that's not the part that pissed me off. The part that pissed me off is that I had to hear from a friend that while she was standing on my chair, she was twisting around in it. You know, like we did a lot of, some of us still do, but did twist around in those chairs to get dizzy. Well, she was doing that standing up, not having any regards for her own safety, not having any regards for my property. Let's say the chair falls, it breaks. I mean, okay, her well-being is a little bit more important than my chair. I'll be an adult and say that. But the whole fact that if that would have happened, now thankfully it didn't happen, but if that would have happened, she would have been destroying my stuff. Putting herself into risk. If she would have twisted like that, I mean, who knows anything but anything? Well, let's put theoretics into play. You have a wheeled chair. You are standing up, making it top heavy, and you are twisting. What are the laws of chances happening that you're not going to fall, that chair is not going to move, that chair is not going to fall back? You're going to fall and get seriously hurt. She is the type that if she fell and got hurt in that scenario, that I would probably get sued for her stupidity. Now, I made a point to let Facebook aware of their stupidity. Yeah, I should have gone face to face with them and talked to them about their stupidity, but I took it to Facebook. Now all of a sudden I'm the bad guy here because I got pissed off of their stupidity, immaturity. I mean, let's wrap this up. Wrap this up, wrap this down. I don't know. Let's continue. So now you have Danny. Carly, my fiance's daughter, Carly, her fiance, Danny. Danny, he's a great guy. Only problem is with Danny is he's a puppet. He'll go with the flow of the crowd. If the crowd says, I don't want to do this, he doesn't want to do this. If the crowd says, I want to do this, he wants to do this. If the crowd says we're doing this, he does it. I mean, you get the picture. So, I mean, Danny has no backbone. He's a great guy. I feel confident enough to say that he is a great man for Carly, and when he gets himself set up with the right crowd, he will be a terrific human being. He's a great human being right now, but once he gets himself in the right crowd, once he gets his priorities straight, he will be a great person. There's not a whole lot of bad stuff I can say about Danny, except for the fact that he's a puppet. Now, Carly is, not to sound mean, but Carly is a mess. She's had a horseshit life. She came here to be with her mother, to connect after the 6 years, to hope that things would change for the better. But she came to realize that under the circumstances of why all the above happened, an uncontrolled circumstance, things were not able to change. And she took the insults from Agnes towards her mother into a personal disconnect and totally disconnected from her mother. She started insulting her mother. She stopped communicating with her mother. I mean, some of the things has to do with her mother. Now, her mother is sick. I'm not going to go and put any thought into her mother. I'm not going to go and disrespect her. So we'll just say she's sick. And if this video reaches any of these people, and if I hear any insults from them or anybody that knows them, you will be blocked and reported. We'll just put it that simple. But my main focus on this video here, I want to just rant the fuck out of Agnes Kellogg. So if anybody knows her, if anybody knows of her, Agnes Kellogg out of Kentucky is the biggest user, biggest manipulator, biggest bitch, biggest backstabber on the face of the earth. All she's concerned about is herself. All she's worried about is getting high. And all she wants to do is bring anybody down that has the kindness to invite her into their life. So with that said, I will bid you all adieu and see you on the flip side. Peace out.